It's time to pop up Bruvios and head on to the third set of tasks. I'm Professorvoqas, and this is Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there.
Before we begin, there's something in the registry I keep forgetting to do. Like literally the last 2 episodes I should have done this. Moving staircases. During the Snape's birthday, the Hogwarts Cup, I actually finally did run Fortresses and got the rest of that, because I think that was Dark 5. I just need to run a bunch of Dark 5s. Well, I finally did run enough Dark 5s. Even that day, I got it, so I really could have done it that day. But 21 out of 21, which is going to put the green star, which is going to let me take moving staircases over to gold. So let's place that image. What does that get me? 600. Ooh, nice. 600 family experience. So I'll get some trunks for this for sure. Maybe, oh, look at that. Trace Charm Recharge. Nice. I've been getting more of those lately than I had been. Just I've gone through a good RNG of getting a lot of Trace Charm Recharges. Even sometimes when I'm at full, unfortunately. But as someone that's not max level, the 1500 experience per trunk is also nice. All right, let's prestige this page over. Nice. And there we go. We got another gold page in the registry. And pretty low fragments on pretty much everything, except for Moaning Myrtle. I'm 15 out of 30, so that's good. So heading over to special assignments, Bruvios Brain Elixir 2 times. I need to go ahead and pop one, and then I can move on to the third set of tasks, and there's a couple things we can start working on right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this Bruvios. I'm not going to pop a tonic for trace detection. I'm actually in Durham, North Carolina, here at South Point. I've been here before if you've watched my videos, so there's really high spawn rate around here. So the tonic is really almost not necessary, even just to try to get the event spawns. There'll be enough of them, really, there will. So let me just go over to special assignments. And now that we've collected it, we can get that dark detector, and then we can get those 3 restricted section books and other things. But mainly that's the big thing there, even though I'm not sure I need them. So we need to get the 15 Goblet of Fire. That's what we're here for. It's the high spawn rate. I can do that. Brew 7 potions. About to do that. I say I'm about to do that. I've already got 4 queued up right here. So let's look. 4 queued up. I'm going to go ahead and collect all 4 of these. For my newer players, collecting them is brewing them. I've already brewed them, but this is when you actually get credit for it. So I just got credit for brewing 4 potions, essentially. And I'm going to go ahead and brew, let's see, probably a strong, and a strong, and a strong, and a regular. So 3 strong extimulos, which if you see 3 hours, 2 minutes, it's going to take a while to brew them. So unfortunately, we already know I'm not going to get past this set unless I decide to pay to speed it up. I can finish the brewing time if I want to. But for right now, I'm not too worried about it. We may just wait for it and do the fortresses later. So I've brewed 4 out of the 7. The other 3 are going to be those 3 strong extimulos, which are going to take a while, but I'm fine with that. I just didn't want any more extimulos. I wanted the strong extimulos. So we're going to brew those other 3. It's going to take time to do it, so I'm not in any rush, because after that's over, we'll go ahead and do the fortresses. And that may end up, at this point, it would end up being either later tonight or tomorrow morning type of thing. But 15 Goblet of Fire Foundables is what we're about to try to get right now. And let me just back out. And the 5 potions and wizarding challenges, I'll do that piecemeal, but you can see right here, I actually have some good spawns around me, but you can see at the top of my screen there, it's kind of an outdoor-indoor mall if you haven't seen me here before. So just tons of spawns, tons of energy, which is great because I can just keep capping off my energy. I never really run out. So I'm on the Bruvios now. We're going to pop over there, and I'm just going to start getting Goblets of Fire, and we'll catch back up when I'm done with those Goblets of Fire. Don't let what you just saw fool you too much. Although I showed you a ton of Goblet of Fires, I actually definitely saw way more Mad-Eye Moody's eyes. Just like yesterday, which I saw 17 Mad-Eye Moody's eyes to 4 Goblet of Fires as I was going for the Mad-Eye Moody's. Today, going for Goblet of Fire, I still saw a ton of Mad-Eye Moody's. To the point where I always talked about not placing images till the bonus tasks, and somebody mentioned it in the comments too, that hey, you actually can kind of place these because you'll see a lot more. And I definitely could have placed Mad-Eye Moody's eye, and then I'd be able to place it again when I get to the bonus task, because I definitely went through at least 20 getting just those 15 Goblet of Fires. But the story text comes out when you first place these, and I usually place them all at the same time, mainly so I can do the story text in an episode on video. So it's more of a YouTuber problem than the normal thing. If you're going around, I would actually recommend, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and place Mad Eye Moody's Eye, and then when you're getting the Goblet of Fire, you're going to have easily probably enough. My guess is you'll have easily enough to go ahead and place it again. You would save it the second time leading into the bonus tasks. Anyway, you can see I am 20 out of 20 on the Goblet of Fire, 20 out of 20 on Mad Eye Moody's Eye, so both those are ready to place. But I will wait for the bonus task because now I don't need to return any of those until we get to the bonus task. Then I'm just going to place these images. 1 out of 5 on Fleur de Liqueur because I opened up a port key already. And I have 3 more port keys. These are all event port keys, so that's 3 more fragments. And then I just put a gold key in that one. So whenever I finish that one, I'll have the 5 I need to place her image. So no rush there. So moving over to the special assignments that we're actually on. Return 15 Brilliant Goblet of Fire. Did that. It definitely took me about an hour. It was about 1 hour because the Bruvios went through its full, I have a 40-minute Bruvio duration right now because of upgrades on the SOS nodes. And it ran out, and then I ended up going about 20 minutes more. About 25 to 30 minutes through the Bruvios, I did throw a tonic for trace detection on because although I said there was a high spawn rate, which there wasn't a high spawn rate for event foundables. I was running out of event foundables, so I threw the tonic on because that did definitely throw a bunch more my way. But even in the finish, it wasn't really the tonic producing them. I was just seeing them in a wild by just moving around. I will say, while I was on the Bruvios, I probably could have gone quicker moving from area to area. But because I had a Bruvios on, I wanted to gain experience. So I was actually stopping at a lot of high threat foundables and returning them because I wanted the experience. So slowed down my ability to get Goblet of Fire. But in the long run, more important I get that experience, for me at least, because I want to rank up. So we're going to collect for the 15 Goblet of Fires, get the Dawdle Drafts for that. I don't ever really use them. Brew 7 potions. I still need those 3 strongs. I have to just wait. Use 5 potions in Wizarding Challenges. Give me 3 Toadstool. This one, it's frustrating, and I think the community, is in pretty much an agreement that in Wizarding Challenges, that's like the last place I would use a potion, and most people say they don't use them in Wizarding Challenges. In a Dark 5, if things were going poorly, you might chuck one out, maybe an Invigoration draft if focus isn't passed or you don't have enough or something. But in general, it's like the last place. Adversaries is number 1. But of course, you have to use it in Wizarding Challenge, so I can't use it for Adversaries. Adversaries number 1. Then the second time I use it, the second most popular time, is I've a foundable that I don't see all the time, like a severe or an emergency foundable that's just rare. And you don't see it a lot, so you don't want to get away. So I would then throw down maybe a strong Extimulo or an Extimulo. It kind of depends on how much I want it and how much I need it for my registry. But that would be the second most popular time I use potions. And then Wizarding Challenges, you know when I use them? When tasks make me use them, or in a Dark 5 if things were going really poorly. But that's about it. Over here in potions, you can see I still have an hour and 30 minutes. That's with the master notes on that strong Extimulo. And then the next one's going to take, obviously, hours. And then the next one's going to take hours. So I'm not going to finish brewing unless I pay coins, which I'm not going to. There's no rush. Unless I paid coins, I'm really not going to finish this even today. I would be able to potentially run these fortresses, what we're talking about here, the use 5 potions and Wizarding Challenges. I could use those potions later tonight and finish up the event is what I mean once those 3 potions are done. My plan for that Wizarding Challenge, when to use those 5 potions, when this happens to me, to not just have it be a total waste, is usually I will go to a chamber that is a bit higher than I would normally be able to do without potions. I mean, that sounds so basic and so common sense, but essentially I will just go to a chamber that's higher than I would normally be able to even do on my own or be close, and then just use some potions. Mainly to throw Runestone down to get a higher chance of getting that foundable. It gets me a little more experience, challenge experience to, rank up spell books, that kind of thing. And that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably actually going to use Brilliant Runestones in this. The Brilliant Runestones from this event, and go ahead and start getting those fragments of Victor Crumb, because we've got to get them eventually. I know the next set of tasks, Task 4, all of that is Wizarding Challenges, so I could use them there too, but I'll just use them here, and then for those Wizarding Challenges, I'll use them again if I'm not done with Victor Crumb, or I'll just use things I need. Speaking of which, One other thing I'll show you real quick over in the registry. I have been going, I have rank up in oddities. I am working my way, well, we're going to talk about that in a second. So, let me just show you Care of Magical Creatures. Care of Magic Creatures, I have a silver page, a gold page, and a silver page. So I'm close to getting all these gold. On Forbidden Forest, I just need the Puffskein. It's a Fortress Foundable. This page, no Fortress Foundables. That's why it got gold first. And then on this page, the Abraxan Steed, or Abraxan, excuse me, Winged Horse. It is a steed, so to speak. And Hagrid's Hut. You can see I'm 15 out of 21. I have been running a ton of Care of Magical Creatures Fortresses to get those two and the Puffskein, because that's all I need on these pages. I have everything else. So I can get both of these to gold, because if I get everything on gold, then when I get some of these bigger images, I get a lot of trunks. And when I get trunks, you get possible Trace Charm recharges. And let's head over to SOS Training. Down here at the bottom of SOS Training 1, Calamity Essentials 1, under the level 20 node, so to speak, over to the side, I'm just going to click on this trunk. Monster Book First Edition. Care of Magical Creatures Treasure Trunks, which is what we just talked about. If I have all those at gold, I'll just be getting more treasure trunks when I return those foundables, and I'll really start to go after them a little bit more. The chance to reward me with a spell book. The red spell books, which is what I need for that combat adversary tree. So I figure I should start trying to have other ways to get them. Have I gotten one yet? No. But I just did upgrade this like yesterday. So I decided to go on this path. And what I mean by this path, if this is over to the right, you have to do Care of Magical Creatures, which I saw that I was very close to getting gold and all, and that's why I chose this path. And then the next one is Magical Games and Sports. I'm not actually close in those, so this isn't as good, but it's mainly to build my way to the one that is next, and I don't have enough Defense Against Dark Arts books yet, but it's to get to the oddities. When I get oddities trunks, I will have a chance to get spell books every time I get a trunk. And the three-headed dog, which I do see a lot, that gets me so many trunks when I place that image, and then Death Eaters and werewolves and stuff. It's things that certain times of the month, new moon, full moon, when it's raining, there's certain times they come out, so I just get them all the time. I see centaurs all the time, so with all that, I should be able to place oddities a lot, so I figured that's a good way to go. If I'm going to get spellbooks, I decided to go down this branch for the Care of Magical Creatures, and then for the oddities, and then the sports and games just happens to be one I had to build through. That was a slight tangent away from the event itself, but I did want to just show you kind of a strategy you can go to is to look at those nodes if you do need spellbooks. Some of you don't, I know, because you have more than enough from challenges. I just ended up using some of mine to do a little bit of the Aura tree and the Magizoology tree, Magizoologist tree, profession-wise, so I ended up wasting them, and then I just ran out before I could do the combat adversary tree. So that's one way I'm just trying to up my spellbook count, besides doing more fortresses in general to rank that up and get those spellbooks. At this point, we just need to wait for those potions to brew. I will run those wizarding challenges, but generally, especially that task and then the next set of tasks, task 4, all those, I generally do those at home because it's just more comfortable. I can do it, again, with a cup of coffee or a drink of some kind, eating, just casually watching Netflix, whatever. So I will end up doing that, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. So this video is not over. I will meet you guys tomorrow when we start really cracking this stuff out after these 3 potions are done. We have fast forwarded 2 days. It is Saturday today, and I've been able to play some the last couple days, mainly just doing those fortresses I needed to do. Doing the fortresses to use the Extimulos, which I just went and did some random ones, used some of the Brilliant Runestones and got Victor Crumb, and then the next step, that 4th set of tasks, which we'll go over there right now. Finished all these. 5 Wizarding Challenge with 3 teammates, just went into a lot of random chambers wherever I saw people, jumped in, used a lot of Care of Magical Creatures runestones, and we'll go visit that registry. I'll show you how close I am now to actually getting all those pages to gold. The 25 foes, of course, came pretty quickly, and actually the 5,000 Wizarding experience took the longest, and it was because I was doing lower level chambers. I ended up settling for doing Tower Chamber 2. Tower Chamber 2 with a level 4 runestone. Not that that matters, but I was using level 4 Care of Magical Creatures runestones, and I was getting about 244 experience. So I knew it was around 250, so 4 chambers gets me 1,000, so that would build me up to the 5,000. It's just an easy way for me to keep track. I actually did a couple of Tower 3s because they were giving me 288, and that kind of made up that small difference I was losing out of the 250 just to get there quicker. Anyway, bottom line, I finished, and I'm getting a bunch of spell books, which is getting me a little bit closer to getting the next node in the combat adversary tree that will get me dodge. Not that I've seen myself dodge any adversaries, but... So let's collect these spellbooks. Over here at the registry, you can see Care Magic Creatures. These were the runestones I was using after I used the Brilliance to get Victor Crumb, and we'll go visit there in a second. We'll see what I need on that. You can see Hagrid's Hut right now. I'm 21 out of 21. I actually stopped right as I got that. I stopped using them because I wanted to place this image for the video, but then also not get like extra fragments. I'd rather be building back up. So anyway, let me go and place that image. Because remember, this is on my SOS tree where I built that I could potentially get spellbooks from rank ups. Not that I've gotten one yet. I would love to see one at some point. On video would be great, but I would just take one at all. There's a Trace Charm Recharge. I've been getting a bunch of them. I say a bunch. I've gotten like 3 or 4 of them in the same time in this family since I've been waiting for spellbooks. So apparently the Trace Charm Recharge percentage chance for me currently is higher. I have room for the Trace Charm too, which is nice. I think I was 4 out of 5, so that got me back up to max. Ooh, that was a lot of rank ups. All right, so you can see the Abraxian Winged Horse, 18 out of 21. So 3 more of those, and this page goes to gold. I already have this page on gold. And then the last page of Puffskein, I see a lot less of them. I still need 7. So I'm just going to continue when I'm running fortresses, running these runestones so that I eventually get that Puffskein and that Abraxian Winged Horse, and then I'll have all these pages to gold, which means when I do place images, I'll have just a greater chance to get those spell books from, opening those nodes up. So let's go over to the event registry. So you can see here, I have Mad Eye Moody's Eye. I have Victor Crumb. I have the Goblet of Fire. I'm 1 out of 5 on Fleur de la Cour, but we can go over to Port Keys in a second. And then Barty Crouch Sr., I'm about to get that fragment when I collect the total rewards from doing the 4th set of tasks. So they give you that 1 fragment. But let's go to Port Keys. I'll show you. You can see, I have a bunch, and I'm walking this one right here. So let's go ahead and open these Port Keys and get the rest of Fleur de la Cour. So after that one right there, I'm 5 out of 5, and you can see I still actually have 1 more ready to open, but I'm not going to open it because I'll get a fragment, but it'll just kind of, I say go to waste, because I do have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to probably get any more after that. Just those 5 so I can just place her image 1 more time. Why not? So under special assignments, let's go ahead and collect these final rewards for the 4th set of tasks. 5 restricted section books, 5 defense against dark arts books, the fragment of Barty Crouch Sr., you can see him over there on the left, and then 50 coins and some energy. I can actually use the energy. Running those fortresses without replenishing energy always gets me low. All right, so then let's back out, and then we'll just go right back in because it's gonna reissue me the thing. All right, daily assignments. Nope, I want special assignments. There we go. So all we're about to do right now, because this video has probably gone on long enough, we're going to place these 5 brilliant Great Hall page images and just see the story text, which gets me a spell book. Awesome. And then the rest of that is going to be something we're going to tackle probably maybe later today, and it'll just be in the next video. So here we are at the Brilliant Great Hall Registry page, and let's go ahead and place the images, I guess in the order we got them. So we'll start with Mad Eye Moody's Eye. We'll see what they have to say about that. I'm not mad at the reporter for trying to expose the existence of magic. If I were a muggle who'd just spotted a fire-breathing chicken trying to eat a prosthetic eye, I'd want to write about that too. This is strictly off the record, but sometimes I wonder if we should continue to keep the existence of magic a secret from muggles. Ooh, that's crazy talk, Constance. Don't misunderstand. I would never intentionally violate the statute of secrecy. But muggles have come a long way since the witch hunts. Is it wrong for me to want us to all live together? Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it'd be a good idea, even in this day and age. I feel like we would be fine with it, but I think a lot of people would not. All right, let's go over to the Goblet of Fire and see what they got to say about that. Among other anomalies, Bedeau describes seeing little blue monsters flying around a wooden goblet that, despite being lit with blue flame, never burns. Talking about pixies, obviously flying around it. He even has the pictures to prove it. It's funny, the SOS task force has kept the calamity out of the Muggle eye so well all this time. I suppose I grew complacent that a statute of secrecy breach of this magnitude wouldn't happen. That's understandable, isn't it? Especially considering that between the unforgivable and the rise of adversaries, we've had arguably more important things to worry about. We should let this serve as a reminder that even at its most benign, the calamity is still inherently dangerous and a threat. Barty Crouch Sr. will do last. We did Victor Crumb next, so let's go ahead and do Victor Crumb. Don't tell Lucas, but I've fancied Victor Crumb ever since he led Bulgaria to victory in the 2014 Quidditch World Cup. I about died when he cried after catching the snitch. Admittedly, when I first met Victor, I pegged him as a bit of a brute, but the more I got to know him, the more I realized how kind and captivating he could be. We even attended the Yule Ball together. Really? You're not yanking my wand? I'm serious. We still keep in touch. I could introduce you if you'd like. Ooh, they keep in touch. I wonder if Ron knows about that. I wonder if Ron got his autograph. Does a Niffler like shiny things? That's their version of that thing, the yes, it's obvious. All right, so let's go to Fleur Delacour. That'll actually get me a rank up. I had the opportunity to interview one of the agents in Bedeau's pictures. He insisted he had no idea how a muggle was able to photograph him returning a foundable without him noticing. He assured me he took all the proper protocols to prevent detection, but admitted to a colleague, in French, that he couldn't remember if he'd cast a muggle repelling charm around the trace. Those French lessons I took from Fleur are really paying off, aren't they? Ah, she took French lessons from Fleur Delacour. Interesting. All right, and then the last one is Barty Crouch Sr., who died in the Goblet of Fire, of course, killed by his son. Explain something to me, Edward. The French ministry knows the reporter's name, where he works, and presumably where he lives. Why don't they just show up at his door, erase his memory of magic, and put an end to all this? It's not that easy. Bryce Bedeau has proved surprisingly hard to track down. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was hiding from us. I wonder if he has help. He might have help from other people. So after backing out of all 5 images, usually you're going to get that extra thing, and that's what's happening right here. So far, I haven't noticed any mistakes, no double text, no missing text, so it's nice that they've got that together. The team's done a good job getting this surge under control while we do damage control, but it won't mean much if we can't track Bryce Bedeau down and erase those memories. I've been thinking, Hermione, is this manhunt really necessary? Most readers have been dismissing his evidence of magic as hogwash. Yes, but plenty do believe his claims, more than enough to pose a serious risk to the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy. Not to mention that others may be persuaded the more evidence he releases. Pity Harry's still away. I know he can't really control the calamity, but perhaps he could do something to help. Harry will be back soon, so will the Surge, for that matter. We should all use this lull between waves to increase our search for the reporter. It's odd that, despite being pursued by both the British and French ministries, he still managed to elude us. Total tangent, British and French ministries. The new Epic Universe at Universal Studios, I was reading some stuff about this the other day and watching a video too. They have a new thing called Epic Universe, and it's where Super Nintendo Land is supposed to be, or Mario Land, essentially. But then they're going to have another land that I think is going to be Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and it's supposed to be more revolving around the Fantastic Beasts movies. And supposedly, they're going to have a British and a French ministry, and the British ministry will actually be a ride of some sort, and then the French ministry, I'm not sure what will be in there. Maybe just a walkthrough type thing, or just a building facade, I don't know. But they do have it on like some of the concept maps. Anyway, total tangent. But looking forward to that, although the coronavirus has definitely put off Epic Universe for a couple years. So we're looking at, 3-4 years down the line that we would see this, I'm guessing. Back over at Special Assignments, we can go and collect for putting those 5 brilliant images down. My game is suddenly freezing. You can see it's doing the lower left corner. It's got the threat clock just going around. I hit collect. That's when all this occurred. I don't know what's going on. There we go. It finally collected that one spell book. That was weird. All right, so we're gonna, like I said, I'm actually still at home. For the other stuff, I'm gonna need to go out and about for some of it, obviously. So certainly it will be the next video. I do want to show you over here at Advanced Adversarial Combat. That next node is 35 red books. I'm at 27. Thank you, those of you that are on my friends list that send me gifts with spell books. That is awesome. I love that. that gets me a little bit quicker to this. And honestly, I don't even really care about this dodge. I don't seem to see it activated. When I hear people reporting on it in Reddit and Discord, people have said that they don't see it as much as they think they should. We feel like the adversaries have an accuracy rating to negate our dodge, and that's what's happening. But really, I want to get through this so that I can make it down and unlock this bottom when we get to the lethal adversaries. Granted, the lethal adversaries, I'm guessing each of the feared ones is probably going to have a kind of a spotlight event each month, and then the lethals will be released after that, so mainly to give people time to work through this, I'm guessing. We do have the Hungarian Horntail coming up. I will have a guide coming out about that, but just, again, another feared adversary. So no worries yet on being able to do the lethal, but its accuracy versus them. As a professor, this might be one of the few areas that we already kind of have a leg up on the other professions, but we really don't know how bad it's going to be, so I definitely would like to be able to unlock some of this stuff. That is going to do it for this video. We are starting to approach 200 videos here, which when I started this, I definitely didn't envision that I would just be sitting here going, oh, I'm almost at 200 episodes of this that I've filmed, which is just crazy to think about. Also coming up on 500 subscribers, which also not something I specifically go out to do or anything like that. If you do like these videos and you want to see more of this, in addition to guides and things like that, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so I know you guys are enjoying what we're doing. As always, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Knox.